Interpreting the Film Eternity from a Buddhist Perspective, Part 1. Hello everyone, and welcome to our Buddhist podcast. Today, we're revisiting a Thai film called Eternity. While many might see it as just a love story or a family drama, today we'll follow our master's insights to deeply analyze the profound Buddhist wisdom it holds. One of the most unforgettable parts of the film is Shang Meng's agonizing, almost demonic howling. The disciples were confused. If he'd already achieved enlightenment, why such a tormented cry? The master's explanation was clear. This wasn't Shang Meng's personal suffering, but a warning to all beings. He used his own experience, his heart-wrenching screams, to tell the world, don't get hooked. The suffering after getting hooked tastes exactly like this. At that time, the butler arranged for the old woman to massage the guests, and the other women, referring to the women brought back by the old masters, seized the opportunity to scheme for personal gain. Shang Meng had already achieved enlightenment by then. He knew the karmic connections of everything and understood that if they continued down that path, their ultimate outcome would be even more tragic. Shang Meng's awakening wasn't something everyone could attain. Many could only sink deeper and deeper, ultimately suffering until death. Shang Meng's roar scared off the scheming woman, making her realize her folly. The master explained that this was precisely to achieve an effect of fear. Those consumed by greed and attachment, once they witness or hear such a real and extreme expression of suffering, will be shocked into awareness, feel fear, and then reflect on their actions. This isn't just a movie plot. It's a warning for reality. Look at those officials who've fallen from grace due to corruption, losing their families and reputations. Their suffering can be worse than death. Shang Meng used the pain he endured in the past, expressing it in this way, to warn others to pull back from the brink. A key feature of Eternity is its butler's perspective. Most of the plot and dialogue are narrated and commented on through the butler's words. This leads to an interesting phenomenon. As viewers, we can easily misunderstand the character's actions and intentions, just like the butler. The disciples asked, if the butler understood the old master and Shang Meng so well, why didn't he simply explain their spiritual states? The master pointed out that the butler had his duties and limitations. Firstly, as a butler, he had to keep his master's secrets. Secondly, he hadn't deeply studied Buddhism himself. He only knew this was a disgraceful madness and couldn't comprehend the true state of awakened beings. The butler represents those of us who don't understand Buddhism. He might believe in Buddhism, but he hasn't deeply studied or practiced it. He interprets Shang Meng's screams as madness and extreme suffering because his level of understanding couldn't grasp Shang Meng's awakened state. As the master said, the old master and Shang Meng went to the temple every week to diligently study Buddhism, while the butler was busy with the state affairs and had no time for deep spiritual practice. He could only remain at the level of belief, unable to truly experience the profoundness of the Dharma. Therefore, the film doesn't fully showcase Buddhist principles. It merely examines the events from the perspective of a third party who doesn't understand Buddhism, the butler. This provides a valuable opportunity for us ordinary beings to reflect on and understand the seemingly absurd but deeply Buddhist plot points from our own viewpoint. In the film, the butler defines the woman brought back by the old master as his beloved. This also reflects how ordinary people misunderstand relationships. The master corrected this, stating that from the old master's perspective, bringing back this desperate woman was not out of romantic love, but out of a desire for salvation. He took her in like a stray cat or dog, unwilling to let her starve. If she were truly his beloved, the old master would never have allowed Shang Meng any contact with her, nor would he have let her endure such painful trials. The old master was wise. If he wanted to prevent these things from happening, he could have strictly restricted Shang Meng's movements. Instead, he chose to open everything up, even handcuffing them together, with the aim of making them feel faster, that being together isn't like what you imagine. with only joy and no suffering, thereby accelerating their awakening. This embodies the old master's Bodhisattva-like spirit, transcending worldly possessiveness. Similarly, the butler's comments about the old master frequently changing women were dismantled by the master. The old master owned a vast estate with numerous affairs, leaving him no time for romantic dalliances. He brought women back often for the purpose of helping them, and those women, after some interaction, might leave on their own because they couldn't adapt to the old master's lifestyle or found someone more suitable for themselves. This wasn't the old master's fickleness. This also reminds us not to use our own greedy hearts to speculate on others' actions. In the film, the old master praises the woman for her wisdom, but she humbly replies, "I can't see myself without a mirror." The master explained that mirror here refers to reflecting inward, which in Buddhism is called listening within to one's own nature, examining oneself, and looking into one's own mind. The woman saying she had no mirrors means she hadn't yet developed the capacity to practice or examine her inner self. The old master, seizing the opportunity, then said, "If you have no mirror, then I will be your mirror." This statement is full of wisdom and compassion. The old master was telling her that he was willing to help her discover and correct her flaws, enabling her to become the wise woman he praised. This is a skillful means to guide others to awakening. Through the master's explanation of the film Eternity, we deeply appreciate that a seemingly simple movie, when viewed through the lens of Buddhist wisdom, can offer endless insights. We've learned not to be misled by appearances, but to understand the deeper causes and meanings behind characters' actions. Just as we understand the background of a film, the master emphasized that the film's directorial approach, through the butler's perspective, shows how someone without an understanding of Buddhism perceives these events. This gives us, as viewers, an opportunity to reflect on whether our own views are often based on ordinary attachments. When judging everything, we hope today's sharing has brought you new inspiration. Next time you watch a movie, try letting go of preconceived notions and truly feel the profound Buddhist meaning behind it. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.